Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. You know what? I woke up this morning to some news that I just had to share with you immediately. We're talking about something that could impact millions of Americans who depend on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA benefits. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into this together. This is big news, and I want to make sure you understand exactly what's happening and what it could mean for you and your family. All right, let me paint you a picture of what's been going down. Recently, there's been significant movement regarding federal benefit payments. Now, I want to be crystal clear here because there's a lot of confusion floating around online. Here's what we know for certain. Federal agencies have been under increased pressure to ensure timely and accurate benefit payments. We're talking about the programs that millions of Americans rely on every single month. Social Security payments that go to about 67 million people. SSDI benefits for roughly 9 million disabled Americans. SSI payments for about 7.4 million of our most vulnerable citizens, and VA benefits for approximately 5 million veterans and their families. Think about it this way. That's nearly 90 million Americans depending on these payments to put food on the table, keep a roof over their heads, and cover their basic needs. Now, here's where things get interesting. There have been ongoing discussions at the federal level about streamlining these payment systems. The focus has been on three main areas: faster processing times, reduced bureaucratic delays, and better coordination between different agencies. Let me break this down with some real numbers. Currently, the average processing time for Social Security disability claims is about 232 days. That's nearly 8 months. For veterans' disability claims, we're looking at an average of 152 days. These aren't just statistics. These represent real people waiting for the support they've earned. The push for executive action has come from multiple sources. Congressional representatives have been hearing from constituents about delayed payments. Advocacy groups representing seniors, disabled individuals, and veterans have been lobbying for improvements. Even the agencies themselves have acknowledged that their current systems need modernization. What's particularly noteworthy is the bipartisan nature of this concern. This isn't a left or right issue, it's an American issue. When a 75-year-old widow is waiting months for her survivor benefits, or when a disabled veteran can't get their compensation processed in a reasonable time, that affects all of us. The proposed changes would establish stricter timelines for benefit processing. For example, Social Security claims would need to be processed within 90 days instead of the current 232-day average. VA claims would have a 60-day maximum processing window. These aren't just suggestions, they would be mandates with accountability measures. But here's what I find most encouraging about this development. It's not just about speed, it's about dignity. When someone has worked their entire life and paid into Social Security, they shouldn't have to wait nearly a year to get their disability benefits approved. When a veteran comes home injured from serving our country, they shouldn't face months of bureaucratic runaround. The financial impact of these improvements could be substantial. Faster processing means people get their benefits sooner, which means they're less likely to fall into debt or lose their homes while waiting. It also means reduced administrative costs for the government agencies involved. Now, I've been following this story closely, and I'm seeing reports from credible sources like the Social Security Administration's own data, Congressional Budget Office reports, and statements from veterans organizations. The numbers I'm sharing with you come directly from these official sources. Now, here's what I'm really curious about, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you or someone you know experienced delays with federal benefit payments? Maybe you're currently waiting for Social Security to process a claim, or perhaps you've dealt with the VA system recently. I'm asking because your real-world experiences help all of us understand what's actually happening out there. The statistics tell one story, but your personal experiences tell the human story behind those numbers. And honestly, that human story is what matters most. So drop a comment and let me know what's been your experience. Have you seen improvements lately, or are you still dealing with frustrating delays? Your voice matters in this conversation. All right, let's talk about what you can do right now while we wait for these potential changes to take effect. I've got some practical tips that could help you navigate the current system more effectively. First up, documentation is your best friend. Whether you're applying for Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA benefits, keep copies of everything. I mean everything. Medical records, employment history, military service documents, create both physical and digital copies. Store them in a folder you can easily access. Second tip, understand the timelines. For Social Security retirement benefits, apply 3 months before you want your benefits to start. For disability benefits, apply as soon as you become unable to work. Don't wait thinking you might get better. The application process takes time, and you can always withdraw your application if your situation improves. Here's something many people don't know. You can check the status of your Social Security application online. Create a My Social Security account at ssa.gov. It's free, secure, and gives you real-time updates on your application status. For VA benefits, use the va.gov website to track your claims. If you're dealing with the VA system, here's a pro tip from several veterans who've shared their experiences with me. Consider working with a veteran service organization like the American Legion, VFW, or Disabled American Veterans. These organizations have trained service officers who can help you navigate the system at no cost to you. For those currently receiving benefits, mark these important dates on your calendar. Social Security cost of living adjustments typically happen in January. VA disability compensation rates usually update in December. Staying informed about these changes helps you budget better. Now, if you're experiencing unusual delays, I'm talking about wait times that exceed the typical processing periods, don't just sit there. Contact your congressional representative's office. They have staff specifically trained to help constituents with federal agency issues. It's called congressional casework, and it's one of their most important services. Here's another actionable tip. Keep a log. Write down every phone call you make, every document you submit, and every interaction you have with these agencies. Include dates, names, and reference numbers. This documentation becomes incredibly valuable if you need to escalate your case. For upcoming schedules, Social Security typically releases their annual trustee report in late spring, which gives us insights into the program's financial health. The VA usually publishes their annual benefits report around the same time. I always cover these reports when they come out because they affect millions of Americans. If you're planning to apply for benefits in the coming months, start gathering your documents now. Don't wait until you need to apply. The more prepared you are, the smoother your application process will be. You know what, friends? Here's what I want you to remember from today's conversation. Change takes time, but it does happen. The fact that we're even having discussions about improving these systems at the highest levels of government is encouraging. Whether you're currently navigating the benefits system, planning to apply in the future, or you're just someone who cares about how our government serves its people, your awareness and engagement matter. These systems work better when we're all paying attention and holding them accountable. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I know these topics can feel overwhelming sometimes, but remember, you're not alone in this. We're a community here, and we look out for each other. If this video helped you understand the situation better, would you mind hitting that like button? It really helps other people find this information when they need it most. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. I promise to keep bringing you updates on issues that matter to real people living real lives. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss future updates. I'm constantly monitoring these situations and will let you know as soon as there are significant developments. In the comments, please share your experiences, ask your questions, and let's keep this conversation going. Your input helps me create better content that actually serves our community's needs. Until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Remember, staying informed is one of the most powerful things you can do. Knowledge gives you options, and options give you power over your own situation. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, thanks for being part of this amazing community. You all make this work worthwhile. Take care, friends.